Hey guys, so today we are going to do a Valentine craft. All of these items came from the dollar store. Technically they are sticky, but I don't want to take a chance of them falling off, so I'm going to use tacky glue as well. I'm not sure where I got this little bottle from, it's just sitting around. You could probably just use regular, like Elmer's glue, school glue, different kinds of glue, which you could also get at the dollar store. I just happened to have this bottle. Sorry, I had to go grab some scissors. I did not know that my bottle was not open. Okay, so I did have to go switch to a box cutter. It wouldn't come off. So I started out buying this wooden heart from the Dollar Tree. It comes with a little red ribbon. Okay. So these little hearts are the little conversation ones. Sweetheart, X and O. Well, there's enough in there to do multiple crafts. These are massively glittery. And if you want to stop the shed of this glitter, just take a paintbrush and go over them with some Elmer's school glue. And that will stop the glitterification of everything else in your house. Figuring out your layout. Do you want them to hang off? Do you want them all to be on? So that's really the goal, is figuring it out. Or actually, I'll go ahead and figure out the layout, and then I'll come back and we'll put them all together. Okay, so this is the design I've come up with. I may change it as we go. I just alternated the really big foamy hearts in white, red, pink. Then as I got towards the top, I switched to the next size down. I did not use any of the little bitty ones, but I might to kind of plug some of those holes as I re-put this back together. And if I do, I'll plug them in whatever color the wood's showing through. They need to be plugged, which means I'm just going to separate and pull some of these small ones and put them down here in case we need them. Then I took and alternated with the bigger glittery ones here. I think that, yeah. And then right here, I took one of the bigger ones and then just put a smaller one on top of it like that. Which these are actually really cute. I may take these and seal them up so they don't keep shedding glitter and like turn them into magnets and stuff. Because right now I've got glitter all over my table. And then I just took the little conversation hearts and used those to plug the holes where I'm kind of seeing the table. Like I've got another hole here and here and here, and I don't want to overload too many conversation hearts in one specific spot. But we have these little bitty ones, and we can use those to fill in some of our spots. Oops, sorry about that. So what I'm going to do is I am going to use my phone. I am going to take a picture. So see, I have a picture. I can use that as reference for putting this back together, because I'm going to have to take it apart. Okay. I'm kind of trying to keep some of them together as they need to be. I am going to take this one here that needs to be together and go ahead and tacky glue. Sorry, you can't see that. Tacky glue these two together so they can kind of start to dry together before I attach them to the board. I'll put that one under you guys. So these are all of my little bitty glitter ones. These are my red little glitters. And as you can see, as I pull these off, you can see the board and all these others are covered. That is why I kind of say if you seal it in with some Mod Podge, which if you have it, but it can be a little expensive, or even just use Elmer's school glue. That totally works the same. Puzzle glue, anything like that. And I did switch from the big ones to the next size down as I went around. Just so you know, I don't know if I told you that or you could tell it. Just stacking these up back in a circle. And as I put them down, I am going to go from one side to the other and try my best to keep these roughly the same. Now they are sticky on the back, but I'm going to look at where I'm putting it, and I want to kind of de-sticky it, but at the same time not pull that entire backing off, because I'm going to have some of it hanging off the wooden piece. But you do have to remove the sticky, or you end up with the glue, and if somebody picks at it, it could pull it off. And this is one of those crafts that even kids could do fairly easily. All of these do feel really, really sticky. So you might be able to get away with these bottom ones not having to be glued. At least this one anyway. But I didn't think about that bottom little edge. I'm going to stick this under here. I'll have to cut that off later. Add a better little protection point. I forgot to leave the edge on it. Okay, so now it's red. I'm going to flip these upside down. Like this. Matter of fact, what I'm going to do is I am going to flip, got this stuck, this over. And I kind of want to line up the center of the heart off the board, I'm thinking. Let's see. So if I go like that, well, no, if I don't have a lot hanging off, it'll be easier. Let's go like that. There, and just kind of, oops, you couldn't see that. I kind of bent the heart a little bit, just so that I kind of know where to cut it. These things do not want to come apart. But if you do bend it, make sure you remember which side you bent it on, because you don't want to bend it and then put it on the opposite side. I keep going off the camera. Downside of doing this sideways, I keep going off the camera on you guys. And again, if for some reason you cut off too much of the little paper, you can always go back later. Oh, I forgot to glue that one. Oh, that's a really good hold. I like how it's really holding on that one. So I think for now, on these bottom ones, I'm not going to worry about gluing. Matter of fact, let's see if this is easy. Let's see how this works out. I'm going to take this whole backing off. And I'm going to, I'm going to do it just like that. And I want to see if I can peel this one off, because I like, will it come off? Okay, so this one's ripping, no big deal. I have more. Not too. And this one, I'm trying not to pick too much because I don't want it to tear up the white. So I'm trying to roll it, that way it sticks to itself and not to the white as much. Okay, that one's trash. What I'm thinking is that if I take these and I can get them on right, I can take and back them afterwards. And it might make this like 10 times easier and a lot faster. No, the reason is I got this one going off this way. This heart is not centered on the board. So let me do it this way. Try to do that. I can take and cover that up, not a problem. And I'm going to flip this over. I'm just going to cut one in half. And for now, I'm just going to make strips. To kind of put on there. I can go back later and fix these strips to make them better on there, but that way it protects the edges. I have to turn this kind of towards me instead of you guys. Sorry. So I can kind of try my best to line these hearts up. These things do not want to come loose. Oh my goodness. Okay. So my goal here, keep my other hand out of the way, is I want it to overlap the previous one, but not so much that I'm not covering the board. Got these all kind of out of order. This is not a very good Dollar Tree tutorial, is it? I am not doing very good. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep going with these, just this cutlet, this foamy ones, the big ones, and these smaller ones, all the way around, and then I'll meet you back here as soon as I've got that done. Okay, so there it is. I backed the backs of them. Looks pretty crappy. The edges I'll try to clean up a little bit better later. I wanted to get this going, so we're going to start here with a glitter one. Now these glitter ones, can't even see, do not have any sticky on them. So those you're going to have to glue. Of course, just make sure you don't over glue, because then it'll take forever for it to dry and you'll end up with it squishing out everywhere. Because how that one's gonna lay. Woo! As I throw my scissors. I'm gonna cut some of these smaller ones in half. And we're gonna use them as filler to kind of cover some spots. Let's see. Let's cut it this way, like that. This way. We come over, and these little filler ones that you will barely see right now, we can just cover those up later with the conversation hearts. We're going to use the other half, and we're going to kind of come in and go across this one. Okay, one there. Yeah, that just leaves teeny tiny little holes, so that'll be okay. So we're going to go ahead, tacky glue this one, and I'm going to tacky glue this one right here. That. Like that. And that does look like these little holes. We can take and, like, say, take the pink one, especially while it's still wet, and just cut these like into different strips of different sizes. Look at this. Because that tacky glue is still wet right now, we should be able to still peel it up. If I can get these unstuck. Okay. So we could just take like this, peel this up a little bit, kind of stick a little pink in there, like that. Same thing with this. It's chilly on my toes. Peel this up really quick. Sorry you can't see this. Just kind of stick it in like that. It just gives, like I said, a little bit of color. It kind of blends in the board. And you never know. Hey, if you do it enough, it'll look like a design detail. You're covering it with different hearts anyway. who's gonna know what's meant to be there and what's not. See? And then your little wood is covered. They're down, and then you're covered in glitter. But I think I am going to like switch this up a little bit, and I'm just going to kind of overlap them a little bit less. Maybe stretch them out, maybe kind of go at an angle instead of trying to be straight lined with them. Yes, I know I planned it all out and I'm changing it. That's seems to be how I be. Sorry, the camera is shaking a little bit as I push these down since you're sitting on my table. Okay. That, yes, that little spot there. What we'll do is we'll put a conversation heart there. No big deal. Because you can use as many or as few the conversation hearts as you want. You know, if you don't like it, take just a little piece of one of the hearts, peel it off, just kind of lift your heart up real quick. Put that down in there. See, that covers up that one. No big deal. So now I'm covered in glue. Got myself a little covered in glue. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and take this pink piece off. And cut it in half. And put piece down there. Let's see where I'm going to stick my next one. And of course I stuck it in a spot that's covered. So let's turn that around. Get that point in there. Put the little point down like that. Nope. And then we're going to put that one just like that. And that'll completely cover that up. Pushing them all down so that way they kind of flatten out a little bit. Covered in glitter. Okay. Red one. I just stuck my finger all in the glue. It's okay. Just wipe it onto the wood. No big deal. We're going to cut a white heart in half and peel it apart. We'll lift this up a little bit and stick it kind of right in there. More tacky glue. Put that one there. And see, that covers up that big bare wood spot. I'll put this one here. Just kind of relaying them back out. I'm out of big red ones. We'll put him there. And yes, he's missing the bottom, but we'll just cover that up with something. Okay. So before I glue those down, we're going to take these little hearts that I'm cutting up. And honestly, I could use an entire heart under there. But this way I'm using less of the hearts. And that gives me more hearts for something else. Whether it be another project, somewhere else. Whichever. Matter of fact, we'll stick that one just like that. Red one, cut it into a couple different pieces, different shapes, different lengths, I'm going to go with the skinnier long one. Come off like that. Okay. Glue this one. Just like that. Because of how this one is going on, I'm not going to worry about covering the little hole that'll be created right there because of how I'm hiding it. Kind of like the heart one up underneath it. We'll put a conversation heart right there. It'll totally cover that up, no big deal. Put that one right there. Sorry about that. I'm going to let my puppy in. Come on, Peanut. Okay. So, let's get another piece of this red. Because they're still tacky, we can lift up this pink a little bit and kind of shove it right up underneath the edge of it, just like that. Then we can tacky glue this. Put it down just like that, and it gives us some red. Now we have some big pink ones left. We are out of the big red ones. They always seem to give you less of one of the colors. It never fails. That's no big deal. Come on, tacky glue, come out. There we go. We'll just go like this. And then we'll start switching to some of the smaller ones. My tacky glue is. Okay. Shake it down. Question is, will we have enough of this little bitty bottle of glue to make it through? Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and attach. Well, I better wait on that. I was going to attach that center one, but I think we'll wait. And we'll just attach. I think that's a bunch of glue on that one. Let's do this. We're going to cheat and go ahead and snag some of it on that one. Some of it on that one. And we have a lot of these smaller ones, so they can go a little closer together. You can't see it, but just off camera, I'm going to go ahead and just tacky glue a bunch of the little hearts. Since you guys really probably don't care to see me just sit and tacky glue them all. Okay. Alrighty then. So now let's attach all these that I have already tacky glued. Yes, I almost dropped them. Like that. Again, we've got little spots. This one started coming off already. So we will hold this. We'll pick up the one we just put down. I'm going to cheat and go ahead and pick this one up real quick so that I can take the sticky. Go just like that. Put that one back down. Flip that one back over. Just like that. Okay. Also with these, yes, there's like some wood showing through there, but I've got so many of these little ones I could take and just like add extra and like make little pockets of glittery hearts as well. It won't be as noticeable. That just looks like I really like hearts. Which is kind of true. I do kind of like these hearts. They're actually very glittery. And I like them. Ooh, I put way too much on that one. Wheel. guess it'll fill in those holes. This tacky glue is suddenly not wanting to stick. Back to how I only ran out of ones I pre-tacky glued, so. Let's see. I kind of wish there would have been some other colors of like glitter flower or glitter hearts besides just these red and pink. That would have been really cool. And sorry, anytime I go off screen, all I'm doing is putting tacky glue onto random hearts. I'm going to go ahead and put some tacky glue on that one. And I'm going to tacky glue a red one to this side. I just stuck my finger in a bunch of the glue. And then go ahead and put this big one down right here. As far as I know, tacky glue dries clear, so it shouldn't hurt anything with the tacky glue that I've got squishing out. Although, oddly, I'm not quite sure why my table has green glitter on it. Oh, there's the green. Okay, so I don't see green on here, but there are some little bitty green glitter pieces in the glitter. And glue up a few more. Okay. Red one, a pink one. And I ended up with an extra red and an extra pink. So let's come down here. Just put them down here since they're already got glue on them. Might as well use them instead of waste them. Okay, now there's some tacky glue coming out. So I'm going to take one of my word hearts now. These are sticky, but I'm still going to use the glue as well. Probably. Put that right there. Nope, those stick really well. We don't have to on those. And we're just going to take some of these different words. Like I said, there's different words. You can kind of choose which ones you want, where you want them. I am using some to cover some of the little holes. And this is where I get to bring in extra color because there's orange, there's yellow, there's blue, there's purple, and there's pink. And like I'm using Sweetheart here, but I'm also using this one, so I kind of want to keep them at different spots. That way we don't have all the words in one spot that are the same. Let's go over here and put one that says best friend. Let's see. Let's use a You're Cute. And we'll put that right there. And let's see if we can find a love bug in the pink. And that'll give us one of each of the word foamy things in each color. Let's see, the one that says love you. Let's see, let's put love you right here. Love bug in pink, and that gives me all of those colors of the candies. Just like that. And I'm going to call that done. Like I said, something for a kid. I thought of this one more as a kid's craft. Yes, adults could do it, hence I did it. But I tried to do it the way my kids would do it, and that's kind of how it ended up. This is pretty much how my kids would do it. But, I mean, it's simple, it's easy. It costs, I bought, let's see, 1, 2, 3 packs of flowers, and the boards are $4 that I actually bought. I had the tacky glue. Most of us have Elmer's glue in the house. So for $3, your kids can, or no, 1, 2, $4, it's in tax, your kid can make their own little Valentine's craft. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you guys next time.